Sean Payton just revealed his thoughts on the Denver Broncos' poor performance from their offensive line in Arizona, and he also revealed what they need to do to clean it up. So, Sean Payton was very candid about his offensive line's performance. He said that it wasn't assignment related issues from them, and that there were just times where the team was just flat out getting overwhelmed at the line of scrimmage. So if we come over here and take a look at what Payton told the media per this Mike Kliss article, it says, no, the assignments were fine. We just got out leveraged on a few plays. Trust me, it was more than a few, and got hurried a few too many times. That was especially when the Cardinals started dialing up cover zero blitzes because Denver had virtually no answers for it. Payton says that we will be able to clean that up. I hope you're right, Sean. I really do, because when I look at the Denver Broncos offensive line on film, what I see is stuff that I'm not so sure is going to be cleaned up just overnight, especially the issues with Garrett Bowles. We've talked about that plenty here on this channel. I don't think he's quite healthy when it comes to his injury. Ben Powers, I'd really like to hope that he just had a bad day at the office out there, and this is not the version of Ben Powers that we're going to see throughout the regular season. And even guys like Quinn Miners, who of course is probably our most consistent offensive lineman, he also got overwhelmed out there a couple of times. He got out leveraged and just flat out got beat. So I feel like there are some fundamental things that the Broncos can clean up here or there, but with Garrett Bowles especially, I'm not sure if that's something that they can just go into the film room and go into the lab and just clean that up. Garrett Bowles is going to have to prove that he's healthy out there. And then on the right side, of course, Mike McGlinchey is still rehabbing from his injury, and he wasn't even out there in our first preseason game. Now, McGlinchey was seen at practice today on the side field rehabbing, so that is a positive sign for sure in his recovery. But right now, we can't even really get a fair evaluation on the right side of the offensive line until McGlinchey's back. But there's still some things on this offensive line that I feel like are not going to be as easy to clean up. And guys like Sean Payton and Zach Strief, our offensive line coach, definitely have their work cut out for them. Sean Payton then went over some of the other issues from the Arizona game, and although preseason games, the results and the box score don't really matter, preseason games can definitely help reveal some of the weaknesses that you have on your football team, and it certainly exposed two big weaknesses for the Denver Broncos on their football team with the offensive line and special team. Let's take a look at what Sean had to say in regards to that. I thought offensively, it took us a minute to get going. I think we can protect better. It was good to see that first group have success. The kicking game, we didn't punt it like we thought. We've had a good 2 weeks punting the ball in training camp when you guys watch out here, and I can attest to that. They have. I think Riley Dixon will be much better the next game we play. I don't want to say what you expect when you look at preseason tape, but there were a lot of good things, and there were. That last play of the game, wide open touchdown pass for 18 yards allowed for the Arizona Cardinals, which ultimately allowed them to go up and take that lead, is something that the team will get cleaned up per Sean Payton. That wasn't really good from us at all. So overall, man, I do feel like there was plenty of positives to take away from our first preseason game. When he wasn't getting constantly pressured, Russell Wilson played well. He didn't play great by any means, but he played well enough to win. And the run game looked good. Samaje Perine looked good. Tyler Beatty looked good. Jaleel McLaughlin looked good. The defense looked sensational out there. Nick Benito was looking good. Zach Allen looked good. Essane Bassie. Also, Jaquan McMillan, two of our young corners there. So there were plenty of positive things to take away. Nick Benito, I mean, overall, man, there were positives from this Arizona game, but there were also plenty of negatives and plenty of concerns that you can't just simply ignore if you're the Denver Broncos, especially, again, the offensive line, and hopefully with the kicking game, we saw Matt Prater even struggle out there, so I want to attribute it partially to the turf. I really do. I feel like we'll get a much more fair evaluation of the Denver Broncos kicking game next week when we go into San Francisco. All right, Broncos country. So overall, what are your biggest concerns on this team from our first preseason game? Again, right now, the offensive line is my biggest concern just overall regarding this team. But I'm curious about your thoughts on this, Broncos country. Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear them as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. Until next time, guys, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.